I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and in this episode of Jeep News, we're going to talk about the latest pictures of the 2018 JL that were most recently leaked. Now, these are going to be pictures without that really heavy camouflage on them, although the Jeeps do have a vinyl style camouflage that is designed to trick your eye so that you can't see some of the more subtle body lines of the Jeep, but we can very clearly see a lot of the aspects of the new JL from a lot of different angles that we just didn't have before. These pictures are going to be of two Jeeps. There's going to be a red, what we assume is a Rubicon thanks to it having the ruby rails, and a silver Jeep that we assume is the Sahara because of the body color matched fender flares. First, right off the bat, starting with that red Rubicon, you can see very clearly the fender flares, and that's an area that we knew was going to be drastically redesigned from the JK to the JL. You can very clearly see the additional style, the detail, the additional lines that are on those fender flares, and like anything else, when there's a major change from a beloved body style like the JK, there's going to be people that love it and there's going to be people that hate it. I personally don't mind the new fender flares. Some people say they look too plasticky, too chintzy. Again, we'll have to wait and see what they look like on the completed Jeep when the whole thing is out of the camouflage. Either way, right up front, you can see very clearly those new running lights and turn signals that are on those front fender flares. I'm very excited to see what the aftermarket can do with these lights, whether we get a dual beam running light and auxiliary light, if they can do anything with the turn signal. I think this opens up a lot of room for improvement and for additions, especially from those aftermarket companies. Now, because that turn signal marker light has been moved onto the fender flare, the grille has been redesigned. There's no marker lights in it anymore, and we get a very clear view of that as well without any of the camouflage. The grille still maintains that iconic 7-slot look. It is raked back a little bit more, has a little bit more of an angle to it. Again, this is stuff that we knew before. We're just getting a better look at it now. And the grille does seem to have a mesh grille insert in it. Whether that'll come right from the factory, whether it's an option, or whether it's just on these mules is yet to be seen, but that is something that I noticed on that Jeep. Now, going along with that raked grille, you have the raked windshield. Again, we knew that was coming. We're just getting a clearer view of it. That's going to make the Jeep a little bit more aerodynamic, help with fuel mileage, and also just give it a little bit more of a sleek and less boxy look. Again, a lot of people are hating on the more sloped windshield. I personally don't mind it. I think the whole Jeep overall looks very good, and I think when we actually get to see a full production model without the camo on it, a lot more people are going to get on board with it. Right now, again, it's going to be drastically different from what we love about the JK, so a lot of people aren't going to be that crazy about it. Now, we can also see a lot of the things that we knew from some of the other pictures. We can see the door handles that don't have a button on them that pull instead. We can see the redesigned hood latches, the redesigned hood. These are all things that we knew about, but we're getting some additional views of as well. The front and rear bumper of this 2018 look very similar to a special edition from the JK. The front bumper has the factory LED fog lights in it, and of course the LED headlights that you can see on the front of the Jeep as well. The bumper does look a lot different from the factory bumper on the JK. It definitely looks a lot less plasticky, looks a little bit more sleek in my opinion, and I really like the design of it. The rear bumper has been completely reworked as well, and they actually took the license plate mount that used to be on the tub directly below the driver's side rear taillight and put that down onto the bumper. Now that's going to be interesting because now the aftermarket is going to have to work that license plate mount into those bumpers. Not that they can't do it, but it'll just add a little bit of a different dimension to the styling. The factory rear bumper also has a set of reflectors or even possibly lights in it. That could be additional reverse lights, that could be turn signals. Maybe they're just reflectors when the Jeep rolls off the assembly line, but again, the aftermarket can get in here, possibly do some reverse lights or something really exciting with those spots as well. So I'm very excited to see what happens once the aftermarket gets their hands on these new Jeeps. Now, a couple of differences that we noticed between the Rubicon and the Sahara, aside from the painted fender flares and the side steps as opposed to the ruby rails. The Sahara did not have the turn signal indicators in the mirrors, which is an indication that that may be an option and doesn't come standard even on the higher trim package of the Sahara. One of the other differences that I noticed was that the Rubicon had a fuel door cover and the Sahara didn't, so again, could just be a trim package thing. Now, regardless of which Jeep you're looking at, the red Rubicon or the silver Sahara, both of them had the front fender vent covered up and camouflaged. Now we've seen this before, completely uncamouflaged, completely uncovered. We know a good bit about it at this point, but it was an interesting thing to note that in these images, the fender vent was covered up. So lots of changes, lots of things that we already knew that we're just getting additional angles on. I'm getting more and more excited every time we see some of these leaked images to see a final production model of the 2018 JL. We're assuming that what we're seeing now is very close to the production model, but who knows, there could be some additional surprises and some additional changes before these things start production. Make sure you comment below, let us know what you think about the new 2018 JL. Now, we're gonna get into everybody's favorite part of Jeep news, the giveaway. First and foremost, I wanna thank Vanessa G from Crystal City, Texas for winning our last Jeep News giveaway. Hope you enjoyed that brand new part. This episode, we're going to be giving away a set of Barricade Extreme HD Adventure doors. That's going to be a pair of front doors. So whether you have a 2-door or a 4-door JK, these are going to work for you. These are going to be a brand new design of 2 doors from Barricade. They're gonna have a completely different look and feel from the other Barricade doors, and a lot of the other doors on the market really give you that rugged look. They're also going to be very functional. They have an adjustable latch. They also have mounts for your factory mirrors. So overall, I think they're a very well-built set of doors. So whether you just are in it for the look, you want that open air driving experience, but a little bit more security and the ability to see your line when you're out on the trails, a set of trail doors is a good idea, and these ones are, again, a very well-built option in my opinion. So to make sure you're entered to win, comment below, let us know what you think about the trail doors, about the 2018 JL. What are some of the things that you saw that you really like or don't like? What are some of the things that you still hope they'll change before they start making the production model? Just comment below, let us know what you're thinking, and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's going to ensure that you get to see our Jeep builds, great Jeep content, product review videos, and of course, the next episode of Jeep News.